On today's Random Reviews, I'm going to talk about something that probably nobody ever thinks about, but it's a constant pet peeve of mine. And that is the protection of the sill plates in your car. I don't know why it's always driven me nuts, but any vehicle that I've owned, I've always made sure to put one on because I end up knocking all the paint off with my boots when I get in and out. They have their own problems. Water can get underneath them. I've had them in the winter where they've actually fallen off because of ice getting underneath, because of there's only little bits of tape and stuff like that that hold them down. So I've been searching for an alternative, and this is what I've come up with. This tape right here. It is actually called Car Door Entry Guard. Looks like duct tape. It's not. It's relatively thick. I'm going to give this a whirl and test it out on the white truck that we've been working on, the 2013 Silverado that we got a little while ago. But first, I'm going to show you a couple things that I was thinking about trying before I actually went ahead and did it. I took some 60 grit sandpaper, rubbed it across there. This is going to simulate tons and tons of wear and tear. And really nothing. Still feels pretty thick. And another test that I wanted to do was to see what adhesion against a painted surface was like. So what I did was, I took our bottle of Purple Power here, took this old bolt case that I've got that has a painted surface on it, made sure to give it a good cleaning, wiped it down, and then stuck some tape on it. So this should pretty much mimic what it's going to be like going onto a car. We'll give it a try here and see from an adhesion perspective. It's nice and tight. It holds on well, so I would imagine that as long as everything's nice and clean when you put it down and you make sure that there's no bubbles, you get a good length to it so that your feet aren't kicking at corners and stuff like that, that it should hold up really well, because there's no way that any water's going to be able to get underneath it. So now with those two things done, we're going to hit the road, head to the truck, slap some on, and see how it works. Prepping to put our tape on. Gave it a quick clean. Now, I did have to trim it a little bit just to fit to the width. I want to have it come basically to the edge here. I find that the tape is a little bit too thick to curve and stay. I think it'd probably lift up. I'm gonna heat this surface up a little bit first before applying it though, because it isn't that warm out today. It is a little bit cool, so it's gonna help with adhesion. So I've got it on. Lines up pretty well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit it with the heat gun just to help out a little bit with the glue on the back to make it adhere a little bit more and to make sure that my edges stick. And then it should be pretty good from there, I would imagine. Can't really do it while I've got the camera in my hand, but what I'll do is after it's heated up a bit, just to push some of the bubbles and stuff like that, I'll just run my hand along it as I'm running the heat gun on it. And then it should be nice and tight. We won't know for a little while whether or not it's going to hold up. I don't imagine that I should be too worried about it. It's not a super high traffic area. It's more just a place where you're going to knock your feet every once in a while, scrape them where you're coming out or whatnot. It's like it is in any car. But the beauty of it is, if it is a problem and it does start to come off, I have tons left. That's right. This whole roll cost me about 15 bucks, delivered straight to my door. This one over here is all done too. I made sure to put extra heat right along the edge. And of course, as we go further into the summer and it gets warmer, that's gonna make a big difference too. It's gonna make it stick even more. That's a quick, cheap trick to look after the sills on your car, save you a couple bucks so you don't have to repaint them again, or that you don't have to worry about them rusting or getting all scratched up. So until the next time, have a good one.